a straight arm lock from the mounted position. If the person on the bottom makes the mistake of extending their hands, which will often happen because the person doesn't know how to escape, so they'll be trying to push me up and push me up. Right? One hand goes in the center, the other hand goes over the top. I'm surrounding one arm. I just want to surround one arm. So if I'm going to arm lock this arm, I'm going to surround this arm with my hands, one hand on top of the other. If I'm going to arm lock this arm, I'm going to surround this arm, one hand on top of the other. Just cover the arm. One hand here, one hand around and over. That's all. Push. Okay. Now I'm keeping a little weight off of him because it's going to be too much for someone who's this young to take that much pressure on their chest. But in order to illustrate the proper way in which to move, we have to talk about the weight. If the person's arms are extended and I put one hand down and the other hand over, the idea here is that I want to be able to put enough weight on the chest that I can lift myself entirely off the ground. Right? I need to be able to come up off the ground and float around the corner. This also keeps them from sitting up. Right? If I just start to walk around the corner and then I don't have any weight, they're going to follow me, they're going to move their hips, they're going to sit up, and now I have to go through an entire process to get them back down flat on the ground with their back isolated so I can take the arm lock again. So to make the arm lock work, once I set the hands, a nice way to practice is to put the weight on the hands and just come to the feet first, just like this in a nice squatted position, right? And then you're just going to walk around the corner a little bit at a time until my foot passes around the front of the head. Okay? When I sit, I can hold the opposite arm so I don't fall back. The knees must be squeezed together and the heels have to move in to hold this person close. Okay, knees together and heels in. The arm should be held like a baseball bat, and the arm should be pinned to the chest. If I don't hold the arm like a baseball bat and pin it to the chest, what happens is when I sit back, I don't bring the arm with me, and look at all the space it gives him to reach his own arm and hold and defend, and now he can move his hips away, and the more he moves his hips, the more the arm shrinks, and I've lost the arm lock. I don't want to fight my arm versus his arm. I want to fight my entire body versus his arm. So much like the knife defense we learned earlier, where we saw how effective it is to attach the part of the attacker's body that we're isolating to our body and then use all of our force against that one isolated part, the armbar has the same principle. When I attach the arm to my chest, I'm attaching it to my body, and therefore when I move, I don't do this and then bring the arm after the fact. I take the arm with me all at once. And look, even before I hit the ground, the person generally taps. Okay? Because I'm bringing the arm with all of my body force and weight behind it. Force is not the right word. Weight and control behind it. As opposed to this, now it's just a struggle for strength. Right? And I have to fight very hard here. And the idea in Jiu-Jitsu, of course, in Helio Gracie's Jiu-Jitsu, is that the weaker and smaller opponent is going to be effective against a larger, stronger opponent. So even though I've got a positional advantage here, if Carlos would be stronger and bigger than me, and I get into this fight, it's a fight I'm going to lose. And then everything I worked for is going to go away, which means I'm back in danger, and I'm not keeping myself safe in the fight. So sometimes I can make the person push. If I lay down and smother them a bit or start to hold the head, they get nervous. And so the natural reaction is to clear the space by pushing off me. One thing I can do now is swim inside. Swim inside, hand goes to the opposite side and goes around the head. Keep pushing. Right? And then I swim inside and take the weight away. And every time I swim, I get closer and I make him push me again. This is the equivalent of bench pressing the majority of my weight. And I swim. And after several repetitions of this, they're going to become tired, which weakens the arms and allows them to become more vulnerable to my straight arm lock attack. So this is a nice strategy. It also is part of maintaining the mount. Right? Part of maintaining the mount is learning how to not get thrown off, right, with an arm push. Okay, like this. I need to be able to keep my balance while at the same time taking away his energy. So as he pushes, I'm going to sit up straight and just swim. And swim. And look, as I do, I cover him again and make him push me again. And I let all my weight relax on him. Make him push me entirely. Go ahead, bench press me off. And I hang all my weight and make it very hard. And now the arms are tired. So when I surround the arm, it's easy for me to catch it because there's not as much resistance as there typically would be. So now all the weight goes here on the chest. And to practice this at first, you can just get to your feet and then walk around till the leg passes in front, right? It's important to not let the arm go underneath. So stay close here with the hips. Hold the arm as you sit. Pass the leg over the head. Hold the arm like a baseball bat and lift it up before you go. If the arm is already shrunk, he's half escaped. So lift the arm up, put it on the chest, and then fall back with the arm on the chest already. There we go. Okay, we're good. You guys try this.